This is a Headgum podcast.
Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show where I'm perfect and I'm going to teach you how I've been craving grapefruit lately.
That's just a great
Well,
grapefruit is really good though.
Yeah, I find when I was in high school, I was really into grapefruit. Like truly, I made it my identity. And I was like, I'm a guy who peels, I don't slice grapefruit. I peel grapefruit. And I would be like outside of a coffee shop, like trying to look like a cool, approachable, like smart high schooler.
Did you think like women would like this?
Yeah, I think
why
I did.
Why did you lean so hard into the grapefruit?
I think I thought people would be impressed with how well I peeled it.
I mean, I think it really depends on how well we're talking here.
Do you know the hack?
No.
We're starting off blazing. We're going 1,000,000 miles an hour in second one. But I want to tell you about how I do to grapefruit. So what you do is you open it up, and a lot of people are thinking, that's a lot of work. And it is. But hard work, sometimes if you get your grind on.
Well, it seems like slicing it would be easier. You just slice the grapefruit.
Slicing it would be easier.
Pit, right?
But there's no shortcuts in when you want to fucking make $1 million. So I'm opening it up and it's like, I'm like, not only am I peeling it and sectioning it, I'm like opening it up like a little purse. Each segment, I'm opening up like a little purse and exposing the berries below.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what I mean by berries, you've never opened up a grapefruit.
I don't think that is what a scientist would call it, but if you're talking about like the sections of the grapefruit, because the grapefruits are sort of segmented.
I'm joined by freelance sidekick Will Whitwer. Will, how's it going?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to be here.
You know,
it's good to see you. You're looking nice. Crisp blue shirt.
I've had this shirt since.
So you were just at a wedding?
Yeah, I was at my cousin's wedding in Chicago.
That's awesome,
which
man.
was great.
I love a wedding. Now, perfectionists,
yes.
I have a couple very exciting announcements. As you may have heard at the very beginning of the episode, you heard that this is a Headgum podcast, which is totally wild and super exciting. But this show, Perfect Person, is now a part of the Headgum podcast network.
Yeah, I feel like you're literally living your dream and you shouldn't underplay this part of the story.
Yeah, no. And I'm not gonna, easy. So Headgum is a podcast network hosted by Headgum is a podcast network run by Jake and Amir. Internet sketch comedians in their heyday are now podcast freaking giants in the space. And I was listening to Jake and Amir and watching their sketches and stuff like that when I was like in middle school and high school. Yeah,
it's something you probably quoted with your friends.
It's 1,000,000%.
You're like a fan of those guys in the way that you're a pure fan when you're that age.
I had a t-shirt. I had a poster.
Yes.
If they're listening to this, I'm embarrassed. But I loved their sketches. When I was so excited about moving to New York because that's where College Humor's offices were, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" And I listened to their podcast when they started it while they were still at College Humor, and I was like, "Oh, this is like what a podcast is," and got super excited about it. And from that point, I was like, "Man, I want to be a podcaster so bad, but I don't really know how to do it."
Wow!
And so I had a bunch of failed podcasts when I was living in New York. One was called Living Perfect with my sweet friend Jonathan Hebert.
Oh wow, I didn't know that that was
Perfect
the title.
was in the title of that one too. That one was called Living Perfect, and it was a health and wellness podcast, fake like a comedy health and wellness podcast.
Yeah, and did you follow your rule of only doing like 6 episodes and then like putting them out?
Nope.
No.
We said we're gonna do this from now until eternity, and then we only did 5.
Right.
And that happened also with another podcast, Vinny Chasing Your Dreams, a podcast where, hey, you know how watch podcasts are popular? What if we watch Entourage and we do funny bits about it? A show that we had to re-record the first episode because we realized Entourage is really offensive. We watched the first episode and recorded, and we were in such bad spirits because we were like, Yeah, this show is really sexist. Like, I don't know if I can like handle it.
But you initially were like, yeah, no one's done an
You're like, this would be
watch
so
pod.
funny. This would be so funny. And then we did maybe 4 episodes. Fun stuff. But none of them lasted. None of them stuck. And then this show comes around and people are like enjoying it. And I really appreciate everyone who's listened because you've made it possible for this show to get picked up by Headgum. And I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, and I think from my perspective, it's really sick because Headgum is one of the networks that I know that I listen to multiple podcasts on the network. Like, I feel like it means a lot to me as like a comedy fan. Miles is living his dream.
I'm number one living my dream.
Yes.
If you know a little bit about me, I follow my dreams and I stick to them. And then number 2 is that this show's going to start having ads on it. I'm going to be reading, shampoo, Big Pharma, freaking...
You're basically, Miles will take whatever money he's given for whatever product.
I'll take any shady
He's not
money.
doing any due diligence.
Our first sponsor is BP Oil.
The spill. Did it really happen?
I'm Miles Monsignor, and I'm a brand ambassador for BP Oil. Have you... No. So this show will start to have ads. And as another fun announcement, because this show is starting to have ads, I am starting a Patreon where you can watch the show ad-free. You can go check out Perfect Person Premium, a Patreon where you can get this wonderful show, but always ad-free with an exclusive cold open added on every episode, and then bonus calls in the episodes.
We talked about my jeans.
As well. We did talk about Will's jeans in the bonus of this episode. But it's kind of a cool little thing because if you join the Patreon, you can get that show like plugged into your RSS feed, so you get the exclusive thing, and it's just like the best version of this show, but in your podcast app. So that's the first tier, and then the second tier is an exclusive show every single week called Perfect Person Platinum. It's fucking weirder. We're doing drunk/stoned episodes. We're making some calls of our own.
Perhaps listening to Dua Lipa's podcast and responding to it. This is my idea that I'm really pushing hard.
That's very funny. Perhaps listening to Dua Lipa's podcast, but it's a fucking weirder, crazier after show. So if you love this show, then you might enjoy that Patreon exclusive show. Anyway, check it out. The link's fucking in the description. But we've done enough salesing. TLDR, I have a Patreon. I'm on the Headgum Podcast Network. The people are calling in, Will.
Okay, yeah, well, no, we should definitely take some calls.
The people are calling in. The phone is ringing off my freaking hook. And I'm not talking about the Robin Williams Peter Pan classic, Will. Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show where we're going to help you out. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh my God. Hi, Miles. Who do you got with you today?
I've got lovely freelance sidekick Will Whitwer. Will say what up. That's right. His classic catchphrase.
Okay,
Dream situation. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Now, what is your name and where you're calling from?
So my name is Leaf, and I'm calling from a small town of 8,000 people called Castlegar in BC, Canada.
Oh, that's awesome. A Canadian caller. Leaf from Canada. Now, what is your problem that you're calling about today?
Oh, okay. So like buckle up a little bit, I guess.
Consider my ass buckled in.
Excellent. So anyways, I went to Calgary in July to go visit my family for my sister's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to go have a cup of coffee with my godmother at a Tim Hortons, like one does in Canada.
Timmy who's?
She was telling me about how much she needed to get out of the city and all this other stuff. And I was just kind of like, I can't really help you. The rental economy's garbage.
Right.
And so she decided to up and pack her very tiny car and just drive to Castlegar that Friday.
Oh my! So your godmother your godmother moved in with you?
Like she just showed up at your house?
Okay, so no, that's another thing is that I don't have anywhere for her to stay in my house. I actually live with my ex-fiance. And there's only 2 bedrooms. One bedroom's mine.
Hang on. I feel like it's like we were like scanning the environment, and there was like a fire, and we sort of were like in a fire watchtower, being like, okay, and like a godmother's in town. Yeah, but we're gonna get to both of these. But let's solve the godmother situation first, because I think it's gonna be cut and dry.
Yeah. So anyway, so she moved here, but she made me find her a place to stay. And so she's staying with my best friend's parents.
Oh my God.
Higher up the mountain.
Yeah.
So because she's like a mother figure in my life, it's like different than just like, trying to move in with like a roommate type situation. It's like moving in with your mom. And I'm going to be like 30 in January, so I don't really want to do that.
So you've got a nosy little godmom that's sort of moving into your situation, and she's making demands.
And she's basically assuming that you're going to like do all this work.
And she's like, it's the universe telling us that we should live together. And
oh no. God. Oh, God.
Keep in mind, we all smoke a lot of weed. Sure. But like,
fuck yeah, so does Will.
Yeah.
Well, but this is the thing though. Like, I can understand maybe, you know, after you've been through a bad emotional time, getting high and then getting that like euphoria you can get and feeling like the universe is pushing in a direction. But the thing is, when you sober up the next day, you're going to have to take a look at your life and not decide to just move across Canada. You know?
My stoner godmother moved in with me.
So name of the episode.
Well, I'm always trying to get the title in the episode.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question, though. So she moved in with you. What are some of the things that she's doing? Like, she's obviously putting pressure on you to move in.
And she made you get your best friend's parents to put her up, which is crazy.
That's really crazy.
She was like, can you just find something temporary for me until we can get a place together?
This is not your problem.
And you don't want to get a place with her. Oh, and you never said you would, right?
This is crazy.
No, I never said I would. I never, like, and I not to like CW Longbottom this, but a little backstory.
Is that a Canadian detective? I'm not familiar with who CW Longbottom is.
Yeah, for anyone in the room, like maybe it's Will who doesn't know who CW Longbottom is. Just sort of like expound.
If you watch Mythic Quest.
Oh, no, I have heard that's good.
I've heard it's good.
I wish I had seen that and gotten your reference, but this is a problem. There's too much TV. You know. Anyway, let's solve your problem.
We've lived together before and it didn't work out. Like, we've bumped heads.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where I actually moved out and moved back in with like an ex from like years before.
Your ex-fiance.
A different ex.
No,
the ex-fiance is current. The ex-fiance is current day. We will get to that.
Damn, we will get to that. But you keep moving with, damn girl, you keep moving with your exes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And first of all,
it's like been weirdly normalized for me. My dad did it when I was a kid. He moved back in with my ex-stepmom.
It's genetic.
And they helped and they raised the kids together. And
Canadians are just nice enough that they're like, yeah.
Canadians are nice enough. They're just like, yeah, I guess we shared a life together. Why don't I stay in your guest room? Anyway, okay, so I have a couple questions for you. And have you explicitly told your godmother, hey, I'm not going to live with you? Because like, it's hard to break. It sounds like she's sort of asking for favors.
I feel like I can't tell her because she's also just been super emotional that like, you can't say anything without her bursting out into tears.
Yeah, you need to disown your godmom. Thanks so much for calling.
Don't disown her. You just have to. You have to be like, look, she might sob at you, but like she's sobbing at everything. She might sob at a baby bird out the window.
Exactly. She's on a hair trigger for sobbing, and I think you just have to.
You have to put up a barrier that says this is what I'm willing to do, and make a real offer.
Yeah.
Because I do think you care about her. Otherwise, if you didn't care about her, you would just be like,
yeah, shut up, get out of here. But
I love her a whole bunch, and again, she's my godmother. Right. She's very cherished in my heart. And I can't phone my like moms for guidance because unfortunately both my moms passed away.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
I like can't be like, what do I do about this like situation with this person? Because they would be like, just tell her to get fucked.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think you have to do it like that. I think you can do it in a nice way. And
no, because that's aggressive.
Of course. And you know, here's the thing. So both your moms passed away, and this is a godmother that your mom's, established.
It probably makes it harder for you to say no.
It probably makes it harder because this person's a mother figure.
Yeah. And I've known her again, like since I was born. She knew both of my moms. Her ex-husband used to be my dad's best friend.
First of all, it's not your responsibility to have another grown person's like shit on your plate. You do not owe this person anything. That being said, just because you don't owe them anything doesn't mean you don't want to help them because they're like a connection to your moms.
Exactly.
They're a connection to your life, and that's okay. And so here's my advice. I think that you should tell her in a calmly, without any without casting any judgment.
Emotion.
And honestly, put it on you. Just be like, hey, I'm happy to help you find a place to live, but I'm just not ready to live with anyone else but myself. But like, let's look for some places around that you can find.
I'm only ready to live with my ex-fiance. Now we do have to talk about this.
Okay, now we've covered the thing. So copy that.
Copy.
Okay. Why are you living with your ex-fiance?
And are you guys still having sex, or is it purely platonic?
And are you in the same bed? We've dealt with this situation before.
I always want to know about people's bone situation.
Well,
why do you called in? Why do we want to know? Why do we want to know? You called in. And
you know what the show's like.
Leaf from Canada?
You don't have to get into who's voting who or for what position. Not really what I'm interested in. Well,
no one's saying what position.
Well, I mean, I'm just.
That's too far. That's too far, man.
I said she doesn't have to get into it.
Anywho, we broke up a while ago. It's been a long, 10 months.
10 months.
10 months. Wow.
We still have sex. The transition was weird because at the time we were living in the fifth wheel camper trailer when we broke up.
Got it.
And so at that point we were sharing a bed.
Yeah.
And then he also went out of town for work for 4, 5, 6 months.
Okay. Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. And he can hear all of this. He's just watching hockey in the living room.
Well, shout out to him.
Shout out. Huge shout out.
Miles and Will give you a shout out.
That's right. We do.
I feel like I've taken up a lot of your guys' time.
No.
Yes,
we'll be here all week.
This is a really interesting call, though, to me.
This is totally interesting. This is totally interesting. And also, by the way, you had two problems that we wanted to get to. The second one actually doesn't, to me, doesn't seem like a problem.
It seems like a thing that you've worked through. And
it seems like something that you're handling pretty expertly, I would say.
And
I'm just trying my best. And I'm trying not to be miserable, right?
No, you've got a great outlook here.
My ex just chimed in before he went out, and he was just like, "Can you please tell Miles he's the hottest guy at Try Guys?"
Wow. Oh, that's very sweet. Wow. My gosh.
Hey, Miles, okay, I have a game for you.
Making me blush.
I've been wondering, I think the fans, now that you have officially announced this is a Headgum show, and there's going to be ads and stuff, the fans deserve to know how big is your penis, okay? I'm going to do this really slow, and you're going to tell me when.
Well, how do you think you got Sarah pregnant?
That's right. I'm so good at sex, I got my wife pregnant. I'm not. I'm not going to give a penis length reveal. This isn't smut. This show is not smut. It's not porn.
Okay.
And I think it's porn to say how long your penis is.
I don't know what it is.
Thank you so much, Lee, for calling.
Kinda,
it sounds like you just have to have a calm, candid conversation with your godmother.
And I know that she might blow up, but
that's not on you.
You've already helped her. You're going to continue to help her.
Right.
You just have to say, look, I don't really think it'd be good for my mental health to have you living here. It wasn't really part of my plan, you know?
But
I love you and I want to help you, you know?
Right.
She'll get the positive part of the message, you know? Right. She sounds like the kind of person who will literally take whatever until you say, hey.
Yeah.
No more.
Leaf, you have a fantastic day.
All right. You have a fantastic day too, guys. Thank you for picking up.
Bye. Yeah, I mean, that's a fucking great outlook. And I love that because I think that sometimes, I felt like she was just like, yeah, I am living with my ex-fiance. It's maybe not the perfect situation, but I'm not going to spend time beating myself up about it. I don't want to live an unhappy life. And I think that that's actually a really good, healthy way to be able to look at your circumstances and just be like, yeah, fucking, I'm going to keep boning my ex-fiance. Obviously, we have good chemistry. Is it perfect? No, but I'm going to just move forward.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you have to do.
I'd say in many times that's literally all you can do.
Yeah.
You know?
Just make the best out of with the cards you're dealt and just enjoy yourself as you, just sort of.
We should host a cash giveaway on the show where people call in.
Why?
Well, because I think
people call in and it's you won $1,000. That would be 100th caller spectacular. Would be a really fun fundraiser, though.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it has to go to charity or something instead of to people directly. But
well, no, I think here's what it is. It's somehow we are raising money as that goes on, but the 100th caller,
yes, they get money to themselves.
Get money.
Yes.
The 100th caller gets $1,000, but it also somehow. I mean, we probably get 100 callers in an episode.
At least, yeah.
At least. So it's actually not that. You just have to have somebody looking through, and then we call them back.
God, that'd be so funny.
That'd be really fucking funny. We'd need a brand to give money.
Yeah, there's a lot of legwork here that makes me feel like it's this idea.
Trojan. You fucked us, now we're going to fuck you with cash. Let's take another call here. Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show where I'm perfect, and I'm going to walk you through the steps, baby.
Hey, I can go by a pseudonym.
I'm going to call you Plant. Plant, what's going on in your life that you need solving today?
And why do you need a pseudonym?
Yeah. So I've got a friend problem. I'm hoping you can help me be a more perfect person by answering this.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much,
I can decide between, quiet quitting this friendship and demoting it, between close friend to just friends, or giving it the pink slip and severing it entirely.
Whoa.
Okay, so
we are at a crossroads here.
We are at a high level of alert here.
Yep.
And we need to know what's going on.
This is friendship court. The jury is walking in, and the judge
please
has
adjudicate for me.
Slammed down
And
the
I'm
gavel.
the bailiff. I'd like to be the bailiff.
Bailiff Will, please address the case. And as always, the
I'm going to
plaintiff.
say, please address the king.
Please address the king.
It's like a loss. It's like court, but it's just medieval.
Medieval court.
I'm just in contempt of court, and you'll just drag me out.
Yes.
Absolutely. Defendant Plant, please state your case.
Yeah. So for context, I've known this person for 7 years, and I'd say we're friends for the entire time, but we didn't become close friends until the last 2 years.
Okay.
And we went through like really difficult professional hardships. There's a lot of history there. We support each other, so I'm for sure grateful for that. But I'd say there's two main issues that I think are causing part of the challenges that I'm feeling in this friendship court.
Mm-hmm.
And one being that when I first met her, I was a freshman in college and she was working. So now I'm 25 and she's 29.
Okay.
I'm further in my career than she is.
Okay.
And she's vocalized that it makes her jealous, and that one time she let it slip that she felt like I didn't deserve what I have.
Oh,
so that,
shit.
Yeah.
That's tough.
She self-acknowledged and apologized for that afterward, but like to know that she feels that way is, pretty offensive and difficult for me.
Yep.
Second point, so she likes to post a lot of like not safe for work content on her social media.
Oh my God.
So
what is
I'll
that?
be,
Wait,
like,
what is which platform?
Oh yeah. So
like
Instagram primarily.
And is this like, does she have an OnlyFans or something? Is she trying to make money, or is this just like that's something she just likes to
it's
do?
just like her thing. And so I'll be like scrolling through like cute dog, cute cafe, then boom, vag first, woman giving birth to a tree. So very like erotic art kind of stuff.
Oh,
okay. That's different than I think what we were thinking about.
Yeah, is it art? It's not her.
It is her.
It's not her.
No. It's woman giving birth to a tree. Do you think that's her?
Well, like maybe like a costume or something.
You thought it was a costume?
I thought it was. Like,
what kind of costume is that? I'm a woman giving birth to a tree. Happy Halloween.
Honestly, good couple's costume.
Yeah. So she's posting
very intense perspective on that one.
And does she have like followers, or is it just for her like friends?
Like I think it's just for her to promote her friends in the art community and all that kind of stuff. But I like muted her story and posts on Instagram, and then she started DMing me, and she's like, "You've been active online for 20 minutes. Why aren't you liking my posts? Why aren't you engaging with my content?"
Oh
my God.
A hush falls over the court.
I know, and that makes me feel like very suffocated in that sense.
If you ever find yourself being like, "Why aren't you liking my post?" You need to touch some fucking grass.
You need to fucking go on a trip.
Yeah.
If you are asking someone why they didn't like your post, go to Iceland.
Yeah.
Literally go outside, do anything else. Throw your phone in the fucking river. That's
a question that indicates that you maybe need to take a look at some things in your life.
Yeah, that is key evidence A.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there another? Would the state like to bring any more evidence to the case, or is that pretty much it?
Okay, you switched to.
I think those are my primary exhibits A and B.
Exhibit A, let's address them in order. Exhibit A.
So did you admit that you muted her, or did you?
That's not Exhibit A.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
This court is out of order.
This court is, you're the bailiff. Arrest yourself. So Exhibit A was that she said to you, she's 29, and she said to you that she felt like you didn't deserve. Were you guys drinking, or was this just like she said this offhandedly and it hurt your feelings, and then she apologized? But it's like, oh, that's
so she doesn't work. Or she doesn't live in the same state as me, so we like primarily communicate just through online texting, messenger stuff.
How'd you meet?
We met in college, so I met her through like a professional networking thing, which is, like our relationship dynamics changed quite a bit because like I started as a freshman, she was already working, so I really looked up to her and felt like she was a mentor to me.
Right.
So now that the tables are turned a little bit in terms of our professional performance, like she has become resentful of that, which does not make me feel good.
Are you an artist as well, Plant? Like,
yeah.
Or
I work in mergers and acquisitions.
Okay.
Oh, fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So like legal.
So you're like,
no, I like eat up little companies and rip them apart.
Man, this show loves a girl boss.
This show loves a girl boss. You're sort of like, see your Etsy small business? Yeah. Fuck you. I'm gonna be taking that. That's really funny. Well, but you're doing well in your career. That's fucking awesome.
And she's like an artist, or like, I guess I'm hung up on this because I could see a scenario where someone could get bitter about their lack of success in the art world if you had gotten there. I'm not saying it would be reasonable. I'm just saying, like, if you had like rose to some stunning art success and then she's, had been doing it longer and it didn't happen, like that resentment would make sense to me. Yeah. What I don't understand is if someone is an artist and then is mad that you are eating up little companies and because you're making more money than her, Like, I don't get that.
So she's actually, like, her day job is like accounting and finance, and she, like, art is her big hobby passion.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Got it. So the court is adjourned.
This is
interesting because now I've never cut a friendship off.
Well, this is the thing. Like, friendship doesn't have the same rules that dating does, because when you date somebody, like there's different codes of like what this is supposed to mean at certain times or whatever. Friendship, I think, can get weirder.
Yeah. Because friendship, like, she's asking you, like, she's sort of treating you as a support system in a way that you're not asking for.
Yeah.
And you're not really reciprocating. You know what, though? Actually, before court is adjourned, I'd like to hear, what are some things that you enjoy about this person's friendship? Are there still things that exist now, or maybe not right this second, because you're upset with her, but are there things that you enjoy about this friendship that have helped you along in the last several years?
So definitely, like, I felt like she was very supportive of me, like, as I was growing in my professional journey, which is why I was like so shocked by her resentment. And then also, she's a very different person than me. She's super extroverted. She like has all types of different friends and crowds she works in, and I feel like she's a super strong networker, and she always has these like crazy funny stories about like her insane dating exploits and stuff. So we definitely like have a good time when we talk about, I'd say, like the non-social media related stuff and the non-work related things. So I guess part of it is that, so she did visit me where I live a year ago, and I was super excited to see her and all that. And this year she said she wants to visit again. And when she said that, I just felt like, so much dread.
Yeah, you shouldn't be feeling dread. You know what I mean? Like,
if your friend is coming to visit you, your first thought shouldn't be, ugh.
Oh, God, fuck. Yeah, that's tough. And I think that's a good sign that you need to, I think that my advice here is going to be the same advice as when you serve a glass of whiskey. You need to put that shit on ice.
Yeah, I drink whiskey straight, but I see what you mean.
You're cooler than I am. And that's a fact. But I think that you need to just sort of put this friendship on ice. I don't think that you need to have a big blow up.
No, that's the thing. That's what I was going to say too. Like, because you guys mostly interact online. Right. I mean, again, if she had a sense of humor about herself, you could be like, wait, are you making fun of me for, are you asking me if I didn't like your post? Like, you could mock her for that a little bit.
Yeah, you could do a little mock, but that's going to be bad.
No. So I think in this situation, you just need to sort of do, I don't know what I would do. Maybe do a slow detach.
I'm doing a fade away. If I'm you, I'm doing she texts me, I don't respond for like a day or two, and I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, just saw this, but blah, 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 blah. And then I'm sort of like, I'm spacing out shit. I'm not like focusing too hard on it.
Yeah, like you're not like totally ignoring her.
I've been trying to do the fade away, but I guess like part of, she does get confrontational about, like, because she's so aware of the fade away. Like, she sees when I'm active online. She's like, you were online like 5 minutes ago. Why didn't you respond to my message? That kind of thing. So it's definitely a repeated pattern where I don't think she'll allow me to fade away.
Yeah. So you maybe do have to have a blow up then. God damn it. She's just trying to make this worse for herself.
She's trying to make this worse for herself. She sounds like she's going through something. And here's the thing. I find that sometimes with friendships, you're 25, she's 29. She could be going through some fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
So you don't need to like, I would, here's what you do. In the court of friendship, you want to make sure that you're not leaving evidence for a cold case to be reopened later. So you
have to comply with Discovery.
You have that's coming out in Discovery. We did not go to law school. You want to like essentially leave.
Very clear.
You want to make sure that you're not doing anything that she could use as evidence later to be like, well, you fucking fucked with me too. So even though she's totally in the wrong in the situation, like it sounds like she's doing a lot of wild stuff. She's taking wild swings, whatever. I think you just need to be like, hey, I think I just need to take a little break from our friendship. I really like hanging out with you. I think just for now, I feel like you've been getting frustrated with me, and I think I just need to take a little break.
And did you ever? I know that she apologized for this remark, however it came out, but like, I think you could say, which is still true. Like, I know that you apologized, but it's hard for me to feel okay about it because I know that it was a moment of honesty, and I don't want to. I'm not saying I don't forgive you forever, but I need some time to like compose my thoughts.
Totally, great point. Because I think that you,
because you're clearly so hung up on that, which I would be too.
I would be too. That would fucking suck.
I don't deserve my success. I mean, I don't, but you can't say
you
it.
Can't say that. Well, I think it's like, I don't want to be friends with people that think I like suck.
Right.
Like,
no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of weird because she'll like ask me to review her resume, and I've referred her to jobs and connected her with people to like try to find better employment opportunities. But I feel like her response to it hasn't been great.
Yeah, it seems like you just need to put this on ice. And I think the best way to do that is like next time she reaches out by being like, you almost like lay a trap for her. Mm-hmm. Wait for her to reach out to you and be like, you didn't like my post, or like, blah, 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 like saying something that's upset at you, and just be like, hey, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings here. I think I just need a little bit of break from the communication. Yes. I respect you as a friend. I think just for now, you're getting really frustrated with me. And to be honest, you said this thing that hurt my feelings. So I just need some time away from you.
Yeah. And I'm still not over it. I know that.
Jesus, Will has some phlegm in his throat.
I know that you apologized and I accepted it, but I just am still not over that. Like, again, because it's clear that you're not, and it's totally fair to feel that way. Yeah. And you're not trying to make her feel bad. You're just saying, I think I need some time apart, because you don't need to start this into a he said, she said about like your good and bad qualities or whatever. Yeah. If you frame it in terms of like, I care
no double
for you,
jeopardy, no relitigating a closed case.
We're not reopening the court case. We can't. This fucking court cannot handle another case being reopened.
Because like ultimately, if you do that, then you can really assess the friendship, and maybe you miss her and you go, you know what? I think I can do it. Maybe you dive back in, but if you don't, she'll understand.
Yeah.
But that's how you get out of it without having like a whole thing where you're like, and you never listened to me, because like that's not necessary.
No, you just need to refresh and have some time, and then maybe after some time passes, like, she doesn't need to visit, but it's just like send her, then it's like after some refreshing up in a couple months, you could send her a picture that's just like, hey, this made me think of you. Like you sort of you have to rebuild like a phoenix.
Yes.
You want to yes, baby. Yes. Like a phoenix. You see Dumbledore's phoenix? So you're going to want to start this friendship over. You take the ice, you deal with the hard stuff, and then later you're like, hey, I saw this donut and it made me think of you. And she's like, that's a nice donut. And you're like, hey, by the way, how is this doing? Are you got any wacky, zany dating stories? And she's like, yeah, I do. This guy, he was crazy.
Yeah, I just think a cooling off period is good. And then it'll allow you to do this. And it'll allow you to, again, I think you have a legitimate, fair grievance when somebody says something that mean and nasty about somebody who's supposed to be your friend. Like, and look, I don't have friends that I'm like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. But if you do feel that way, you just shouldn't fucking say anything.
No, or like,
I mean, sorry. I think it's definitely a projection of her personal insecurity that she's not happy where she's at in her career. And that's, I guess, like,
she's
not
putting
my
it on
problem.
you. But this is about her. She's going through some shit.
Right.
And like but like this isn't a good, it's making you feel dread. It's making you feel bad. Like you should step away and then reassess.
Hundo P.
Yeah. Also, to answer your earlier question, I did tell her I muted her stories in posts, and then she started sending me like the erotic art directly to my DM.
Yeah. This is like someone that's like going through something wild. Like this person is having like sort of a meltdown, I think. Yeah. And so it's just like, again, when a nuclear reactor is melting down, you see Chernobyl, they put it on ice. Is what they did.
I don't think that worked. I don't think Chernobyl is a story of success.
They put it on ice and it was fine.
I don't know that Chernobyl really is a good place to drop.
Everything was fine. They put that shit on ice and it was like, oh,
the poll for this episode is just Chernobyl was fine.
Chernobyl was fine. Miles, you all right? Oh my God.
But yeah, I think you can do this. I think that online friendships are weird. And I've had friends who were primarily in contact with me online, and that's not what I prefer a phone call.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I don't like, I have to keep up with your posts. I don't even post myself.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Your post?
Big post coming December 1.
Well, December 1, I do have a big post coming up. Yeah, that's correct. And everyone should get hyped about it.
Get hyped about Will's big post. But Plant, we hope that this has been helpful for you. And the jury has come forward, and they think that, you got to put this on ice.
The jury has ruled that you have to put this on ice.
Appreciate the verdict.
The jury's coming out right now, and they are unveiling the envelope.
And they're taking out a cooler.
They're taking out a cooler.
and they're pulling out a big block of ice.
And they're doing an ice bath. They're doing a Gatorade ice bath, but it's on the defendant. Anyway, we hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for calling in today.
Thanks. Have a good one, and congrats on the baby.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. You have a great night.
Good luck.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Wow, that's funny.
They're really funny.
Friendship court is tough. You're totally right. You've said this to me before, but it's like,
there's just different rules, man.
There's
no rules.
There's no rules, and there's no cut and dry way to do a friendship.
No.
And there's all different types of friendships.
100%. And I think that's the thing. It's like sometimes something works for you, and then you realize, this actually doesn't really work for me.
Yeah.
And then, but what do you do? Do you have a big blow up about, like, if you're dating somebody, it's like this person's central to your life. Like, you need to cut somebody out if you realize you don't want to be with them anymore.
Yeah,
right.
right.
Like, and we have lots of callers who are like afraid to take that step. And it's like, sure, it's hard. We get it. We all get it. But like friends, sometimes you're, it's like that LCD Sound System lyric. Like, sometimes friends are mean. Like, sometimes your good friend will say something that hurts you for your feelings, just in general. And then you're like, do I deal with this or do I just let it go?
Yeah, I remember like in college, like I and this is true, like I guess afterward too, but like people would be like, yeah, like one of my friends like said this really, really horrible. And it's like, you can't be friends with people that say mean shit to you.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things when you're younger and more insecure, you like want everyone to be your friend.
Right.
And at least that's how I was. Like, I want everyone to like me. Even if somebody seems like a shitbag, if they like me or express anything positive, I'm like, okay, I can understand this. But if somebody makes you feel bad occasionally, but you're like, they're an all right person, like, well, they're kind of making you feel bad.
Yeah, like
though.
they shouldn't make you feel like it's like you should. I mean, that's why we have a great group of people.
Yeah,
that like it's like like friends shouldn't make you feel shitty or like weird around each other.
No,
and when you like, I've had those friendships, and it's like these people aren't really my friends. They're just like people I'm hanging out with.
Yeah, like someone who you're hanging out with who like will say like I can take a lot of jokes. I enjoy being roasted, but there's definitely been people who in my life where I'm like, it doesn't really seem like there's any care behind this.
Yeah,
you're just like kind of a dickhead, and I'm not really interested in spending time with you.
No, it's like there's no love behind the teasing. Yep. Like it's like there's no like smile after that's letting everyone know, like this is what we're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I do. I really do. I can't stand people like that. It's just like dicks. And you just I don't know. I remember feeling bad. Like I feel like I've made in my life like friends like this where they'll like, because I'm really forthcoming and excited and extroverted, like people will kind of like use that to their advantage. I don't know. You being taken advantage of by like I don't know that I've been taken advantage of, but it's just like there are people who I was friends with that I like was like, yeah, this person's fine, but then they were like really invested in it, and I'm like, I feel guilty, but then there's also people who are like, yeah, like that, and also a dick to me, and it's just like, no, thank you, zero tolerance policy for that. No way. Well, let's take another call here because you know why, Will? That's what we do. Yo, what's up, dude? It's Miles B, and I'm here to solve your life. Howdy, it's Will.
My name is Emily.
Emily, what's up?
Okay, wait, my boyfriend's going to be so excited. Hold on.
Everyone is next to their boyfriend. You want to
say hi to Miles?
Hello.
Yo, what's up, boyfriend? How's it going? Hope you're treating her right.
He's playing Rocket League. So
that's awesome.
I'm in the room trying to get on this podcast.
I'm so bad at Rocket League, but enough of the gamer talk because
people do not want it.
Yeah, I'm done with it. Okay.
What is your problem that you need solving today, Emily?
I haven't decided yet. Oh my gosh, I feel like there's so much pressure on me now.
No. There's no pressure, truly. Just know
Chilling.
that this is going to be the chillest thing ever. You just stepped into your therapist's office, and there's two guys, and your therapist is nowhere to be found.
You're like, this is alarming, but I'm going to sit down anyway.
I don't think that's very relaxing, to be honest.
Hey,
we're friendly.
Tell us your problem.
It's fine. No, you're fine. Honestly, okay, we're good. We're back in the game. Okay. Well, have either of you been a server? I have a server question.
Hell yeah.
I have never been a server, but I worked at Noodles and Company.
No, Will worked at Noodles and Company. I baristaed, and then I was a server also in college briefly. But I like ran food at one of the coffee shops. Yeah. But like for the most part, I did work in a restaurant for like a
Being
summer,
an actual server seems hard though.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I am a pool server at a resort.
Oh, that's cool. Like White Lotus style?
It's so much fun. Yes. Yeah, it's like cocktail serving a little bit, but it's such a slice.
And you said a pool server?
So much fun.
Is that what you said? Or did I make that up?
Yes. Have you ever been to a resort, my friend?
I've been to a resort.
I love a resort.
I went to the Hyatt Ziva for my honeymoon, but it was because Sarah and I tried to go to this island, and it was very remote. And there was no Wi-Fi, and the whole island was flooded. And then we went to essentially the equivalent of a cruise on land, which was the Hyatt Ziva, an all you can eat resort. And I fucking couldn't have loved it more, and I felt so trashy for loving it so much. But what part of the world are you in with this resort?
You don't have to say the name of the resort if you don't want to.
No. Just like, is it tropical?
Okay, yeah. I'm not going to out myself, but it's in Arizona.
Arizonan resort. Got it.
Arizona.
You're at this resort. It's kind of like a little schwanky. And what is your problem as a server that you're facing there?
Okay. Word. Okay. So my issue, and my boyfriend is very adamant that I do something about it. I have not been put on shift.
Oh, they're just not giving you enough hours? Is that, because I've had, this is a very common issue.
Yeah. This sucks.
Yes. Because I'm part-time, so we have to give full-time people hours first.
Yeah.
But I love it. And when I do work, I make bank.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Because it's just like people getting drunk at a pool and they tip. Or do their wallets in the bathing suit? Yes. Like, what's the tip situation?
Don't ask where their wallet is in their bathing suit.
It's so good. Let me tell you, it's so good. It's good.
So are you like, hey, you want an extra cocktail? And then like you're sort of like, people are getting your cocktails, they're tipping you, you're good.
Yeah.
But the problem is,
I brown nose all day.
Oh my gosh. As a server, you're like, hey, by the way, I love your little shirt. Do you want more 100%. Sushi? Was like, I worked at a sushi restaurant called Sake Bomb, and every single person there, except for me and my friend, was a convict.
Yeah.
And that was that was sort of cool. Definitely had to a couple times watch tables because this guy was like, I'm going to go buy pills in the parking lot. Can you watch my table? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then this other girl was so fucked up on whatever pills that she was taking that we were doing a 25-person table, the two of us, and she had to wait in the walk-in. And I just had to do it myself. And I'm not a narc because also this fucking girl was insane. So I didn't want to narc on her.
Yeah.
So then I didn't tell anybody and we had to split the tip.
Good choice.
Man, that's tough.
But anyway.
Yeah.
You got it. You haven't been staffed.
Not really. No. Like it's like 1 or 2 shifts a week.
Okay.
Which is like doable. And I'm in school too. So I can like use the extra free time. But it's getting to the point where it's like, should I find a new job or should I just wait it out? And we're approaching winter, which is scary at a pool.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's a third option. Prove that you're gonna be a good employee. So go up to your supervisor and say, yo, what up, fucker? I hear you haven't been putting me on the schedule, but guess whose charming ass is here to serve beer? Guess who's
I'm gonna have to use that one.
Guess who's
that's my new introduction.
Sweet little charming personality is gonna serve a cocktail. I think you just need to go up to your supervisor and say like, Hey, how's it going? What more do you want to see from me so that I can get on the shift more? I like working here a lot.
Yes,
and,
I think this is a good approach. What more would you like to see from me? Like, because if you haven't said anything, they might be deprioritizing your hours.
Right.
Because hours are always very tenuous in this, and it's very frustrating. And like, there have been some laws recently that require places to like list their hours at least 2 weeks in advance.
Right.
Like I think New York passed something like that. I could be crazy, but like. It's a very destabilizing part to like not know what not know what your hours are going to be, and then like find out like they're not enough, So I do think that you could go in and say, look, I still don't want to work full time, but like what can I do to get more reliable hours? Yeah. And if there is a pathway, then you follow that, and if there's not, maybe you do look for another job. Maybe if they say, sorry, we only have what we were giving you. Then that's your opportunity to really think about it. But until you say, look, I like doing this, I enjoy this job, like, and I really want to give it my all, even though that maybe is just doing it another night a week or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But like you have to bring it up and be like calm and confident. Like, yeah, I think I'm pretty good at my job, but what could I do better that would get me more regular hours?
Yeah, like you just want to, because it's also, if I'm an employee and I'm managing the people who come to the pool to serve, I want people who are like enthusiastic, psyched, and showing initiative. Like, all you have to do is just be like, hey, how's it going? Like, this is so awesome. Like, I'd love to get on the shift more. And like, what can I do to show you?
Yeah.
And also like crush it at the job.
Yeah.
Like, get regulars who know your name. Be charming. Do the extra work and stuff like that.
Are there resort regulars?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
There are? Like just weird little freaks that are always at the resort?
Yeah, what kind of regulars are there? Name them. What kind of people are they?
I can't name them.
Not by their actual name, but like what do they do and what do they look like?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, well, there's a lot of them.
Okay. Give me your top 3 resort faves.
Are we talking mostly dudes as regulars?
Yeah.
Or are we talking mostly chicks?
No, it's a good mix. I mean, my favorites are all like the sweet little old ladies that have like spa passes at the resort. So they'll like come to the pool pretty often. Yeah. But people also like vacation there really regularly. It's like a pretty, I don't know if renowned is the right word, but it's a very popular place.
Yeah.
So people come back like over and over again, probably like every couple of months, especially with holidays too.
Yeah.
They'll see the same people, same time of year kind of thing.
Is it an all you can eat type of place?
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah. I won't be going.
I won't. That's
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm just kidding.
You're invited whenever you want to come.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. But yeah, I think you just got to show that show that initiative. And, I think that like this feels like a problem that doesn't have a solution, but the solution is literally ask again in like 2 weeks after that. Ask, and you're not asking actually. You're just showing that you are available and you're psyched to be there.
Yep, which I think people do really value. And like you said, you really like the job. You're doing well at it. It sounds like it's something that is like very much within your comfort zone. And like, I don't know what they would even be evaluating for. And honestly, just speaking up might be enough. But like Miles said, if you follow it up, you're showing that like you didn't let this drop. Like if they're just trying to give you the runaround, they're not going to be able to do that. They're going to have to give you some sort of pathway, or they're going to be like, sorry, this is it. And either way, you're going to get some clarity on what you need to do.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I love the idea of a nice old ladies giving you big cash.
Get that sweet cash from those nice old ladies, and you're gonna be working way more.
Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Thank you so much for calling in. You have fun at the resort, and thank you so much for listening to the show.
Thank you. Can I give a shout out to my sister? She listens to the podcast too.
Nope. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course. Shout out. What's your sister's name? What's your sister's name?
Her name's Chelsea.
Chelsea, what the fuck is up, dude? You're over here with the best sister. You're with the best sister in the biz, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
When it comes to the business of siblings.
When it comes to the business of siblings, the best sister in the biz. Thank you so much for calling. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
God, sometimes I think about the people who listen to the show and how nice they are and how horrible you are.
How dare you? How absolutely dare you? Can I get a little bit of cheers for Miles?
Okay.
Woo!
Sad.
People love me.
No, this is a sound
People
effect.
love me.
Don't be fooled by his lies.
Yeah.
Don't believe his lies.
People love me. And what's Will's deal? You know what I mean?
I will say, I think it works good on the soundboard, but I had an executive producer be like, yeah, we're never using a record scratch in a comedy, like for as a comedy sound effect. Like, I'm really anti record scratch. So I sort of have adopted that. But it's funny when you do it because you're so cheesy and just tall and uncircumcised that like
Why did you throw that in there?
I mean,
That I'm uncircumcised?
Is it not true?
This is the first episode of the Headgum podcast. Literally, the new listeners are like listening to my audio trailer and the other Headgum shows and then coming here. And then you're what? Trying to out me for being uncircumcised? Woo! Well, that brings us to our last segment, Get Real. The segment where we force a genuine moment in an effort to learn more about ourselves. Go for it, Will.
Yeah, I was just the other day, I was kind of stoned and I was thinking about that I was walking my dog and the sun was setting and I was like thinking about how I'm coming here to do this podcast.
That's
and
right.
then I'm gonna go write with my writing partner and I'm like, I'm kind of living the dream. I'm kind of living the lifestyle that I want to be living. And I just felt very like grateful in that moment. Like I felt real gratitude to be like, oh, I don't always feel good about myself or where I'm at, but like if I'm looking at this pretty objectively, not only am I doing that, I'm flying on a trip to see my close friends with my girlfriend who I love. It's just like, what? Life is pretty damn good,
That's
man.
fucking cool, man. Yeah.
And do you have anything you've been feeling gratitude about?
No, I'm glad you brought that up because I have been trying recently to really like put gratitude forward as something that's important to me. And I do also similarly, I'm like, I feel like I'm living the dream. I'm getting to do a lot of things that I just like never really felt like I got to do. But also, I feel a lot of gratitude when I look backwards. Like we talked to a couple kids who just graduated college.
Yeah.
When I look at my life then and what I have the ability to do now, I feel so lucky. And I'm so grateful for Sarah, but I'm also grateful for like our friend group and what we're able to accomplish and how we're able to build each other up. And even just the small things of like, like going to a party and knowing everyone there and feeling really excited about like walking around that group of people and talking to
it's like community. It's like grateful for a community that you've built and been a part of. Like, I feel that too.
And I find myself also like, I don't know. I try whenever I am feeling down on myself or I'm feeling down about like stuff I'm stressed out about, leading with gratitude has been really helping me.
I mean, that is one of the things my therapist has like literally been trying to get me to do. And I'm like, I just find there's like that psycho person who's like a total nightmare, but talks about how grateful they are for everything.
Yeah, right.
And I just the woo-ness of it kind of turns me off. But like genuinely, like I always could spin something in a negative way, but I just had a moment of feeling like, no, I'm literally doing the things that I want to do.
Totally. Yeah.
And it's nice to feel like, nah, I got a path.
Yeah.
I'm on the path.
Or it's nice to be like, I can envision the next couple of years and how they'll go.
Totally.
And I think that comes from like being in a safe place where it's like when I was younger, I had you can't visualize the next couple of years because you're just like, this could go any fucking direction.
Seriously.
I'm like, I could be a like video game journalist, or I could be like, I remember like for a while I was like, maybe I'm going to be a video game journalist. And I was like, maybe if I just applied like this internship at this video game and it's like, that would have been a totally different life. It's always funny to me. Like I think about all the time, like friends are just like, yeah, like the arts, it's like really not a stable career. And it's like, I think that all the careers are not that stable.
100%.
And I'm glad I chose to do this because at least I'm like psyched about what it is that I am trying to do, whether or not I'm successful. It's just like, I like that I'm like, I can, stories and storytelling and comedy and fun.
Yeah. And I think that like I think, maybe you don't feel this way in this moment because it's been something you've been working on for a while and this is just the announcement of it. But like, you're literally living your dream.
Yeah.
You're having a kid. Like you've achieved the dream that you set out to do in a way.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm trying really hard to, again, that I've been feeling a lot of gratitude around that stuff. I'm trying really hard to like live in that gratitude and not jump to. I just punched my microphone.
Honestly, and you're saying a nice thing too. Yeah.
I'm trying to live in that gratitude and not jump to the next goal set. Where I'm like, well, okay, I got this stuff and that's great, but like, what's the next benchmark?
There's a lot of stuff in BoJack Horseman about this.
About
like he just assumes that when he gets to the thing he wants that he's going to be happy, and then like it's just another treadmill, like another stop in the treadmill, you know?
Right.
Like,
he's a horse though, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I actually really like that show.
No, I know you do. I just bring it up because I think that there is a truth to a certain kind of goal-oriented person being like not appreciating the stuff they have and turning it into what's the next thing? What's the next thing?
It's so easy to do. But like even just having a podcast that anyone listens to is a fucking thing that I'm like, wow, I feel so lucky. Like that alone, you know?
I mean, honestly, you should. But
yeah, I know, I really should feel lucky. Jesus.
Like but look, I'm trying to follow the same path that you fell, which is to say, I'm trying to ride your coattails.
Yeah,
which I've gotten pretty long. Yeah, I'm trying to grab on tight to those coattails, baby,
and grind it to the top.
People were tagging me like, you know, and there was like a viral tweet about like, I just want to be the kind of friend who's like friends with the famous person.
Yeah, Sarah Rubin. I saw her tweet that, and I met Sarah Rubin a number of times. She's very cool. And I did see that, and I did think of you.
I was people were tagging me. They were like, you don't have to come for, you know. And I was just like, no, but that's great. I'm happy with that.
Man. Well, obviously, I love having you on the show. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, of course. This is great. And when will the Patreon be live? Do you know?
It'll be live today.
So the moment this episode goes up,
it'll be live the 19th.
Is there a bonus episode to download, or is one coming?
So the bonus episode to download, Perfect Person Premium. So the episode that you just listened to, that'll be available. But I would say subscribe because again, every week there'll be a bonus cold open that you didn't hear if you just heard the regular version of the show.
Really good stuff.
Really good stuff. There's a bonus cold open and there's bonus calls on Perfect Person Premium and on Perfect Person Platinum. The episode this week is super funny. Check it out. It's super fucking weird. Go enjoy it. Hit up the Patreon. Follow at Perfect Person Pod if you want to call into the show. Will, where can the people find you?
You can find me at W Whitwer, where I have not been posting, and again, I cannot emphasize this enough. You know, subscribe to my Patreon or whatever, but keep an eye peeled for my Instagram page on December 1st.
December 1, big post dropping soon. Oh, didn't mean to hit the theme song button again. December 1, big post dropping soon. It's going to be massive. It's going to be crazy, Will.
People are going to freak. And so, I just keep an eye out for that. I mean, someday I'll post, you know, sometimes I'll post a joke. Twitter, you know, if that interests you. People follow me regardless, though. So, like, I honestly don't know why.
Your Twitter is good because of the likes.
That's true.
You like a lot of good tweets, and I see them because of that.
Unfortunately, I am a perpetual lurker, spending a lot of time on Twitter. So yes, I got a curated feed, and I smash that motherfucking like button.
Smash that like button, baby. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening to the show. I still don't have the catchphrase.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because I feel like it needs to come organically. And whenever...
let's just do one like casual. We won't do any drum roll for it, but I'm going to say it casually.
Okay.
And if it's like good, I'll do it again. But like I just am like, so it'll be like, we'll follow Patreon. And everybody, as always, the catchphrase, and I'm about to hit it, and it's right here.
You really do charge into a sentence without knowing where the destination is.
Being a perfect person. Perfection, where perfection is only a call away.
That's pretty good.
That was a Headgum podcast.